As a mother with no job who claims to be a full housewife, what business do you have with Ajo? Can you tell me? What business do you have with joining Community Women Association? What business do you have with competing with your age mate in the society financially? You have no job. Your own is to stay in your husband's house, and even your husband is not even providing for you financially. But you are rushing yourself with children. You just dey rush. I know that my child will take me from this poverty. I am praying for my children. I know that one day my children will take me from this poverty. And you are healthy. You have two hands. You are strong. You can walk from your house to another junction to go and do amebo. You can leave your house to another place to go and discuss about somebody. You are very, very strong. You are fit. You can walk. But you did nothing. You are waiting on your children to come and rescue you from poverty. And then your children would come and inherit this, and they will suffer it for the rest of their life. And they will now push that expectation of freedom. When will I taste freedom? When will I taste freedom? They will push it on their own children as well. That I can't wait for my children to come so that I can taste financial freedom. So before you know, poverty has become a generational curse. And you're still asking me, why is prostitution such a thing in Nigeria? Why is armed robbery such a thing in Nigeria? Why do we have a lot of condemned youths smoking, killing themselves with drugs? People are depressed. Why are we not talking about depression? Parents have pushed their young children into depression. And those boys and girls, they are looking at anything and everything possible just to make it up to their parents. Too much of financial pressure on young child who is supposed to be at home and be taken care of by their parents. They are out there trying to hustle. And you're asking, how can a young boy be into Yahoo? How can they be visiting herbalists because they want to do ritual? They just want to do it sharp. Because the home that is supposed to be their safe haven has turned to hellfire for them. When these boys and girls come home, they only come to meet a demanding parents. Billing. Your brother was sent from school today. You know that I'm feeling headache. You know your grandmother swallowed the razor blade. You know your grandfather, he stabbed himself with a razor. What the hell? What is going on? Then when some of them who have emotional control decide to ignore all of you, you people will now say that they are prodigal child. You people will now bounce on them with a lot of insult. You start comparing them to their mates. Go and look at your mates. Go and look at this. Go and look at that. You're doing a job. You are in money contribution group, and you don't get job. So when it is time for you to do your contribution, after putting pressure on your husband and it didn't work out for you, you would fall back on your daughter. You know, the worst part of it is that some mothers are so lazy. Some mothers are so demanding to the point that they would do anything to destroy the life of their children. And according to them, I bore them and they suckle on my breast. Your son is not tasting freedom. Your son is married, but he can't do anything. He is not dutiful to his wife because people want to kill him with billing. Because your son just wants to ease himself based on, say, what is happening in Nigeria, everywhere no good. He decided to save up some money, get himself a car so that he can stop spending money on public transport. You think your son has automatically become successful. So every billing now goes on him. Your child that is in primary school, he has to pay. Secondary school, he has to pay. University, he has to pay. He has to bill the hospital. Everything in the house that involves finance, you call him. If you have a stubborn son that no matter what you do, it doesn't get to him, you will switch on to your daughter. What is your daughter doing? What does she do for a living? How can she build such lifestyle for you? You push them, and the next thing you start telling them, don't bring another chop to this house. So don't go and bring another chop to this house. If you want to get married, look for a responsible guy. The definition of responsible guy these days is a guy with money. And that is the reason why we have a lot of young, beautiful girls who are suffering and starving in their husband's house in the name of money. They got married with financial mindset. They got married for financial liberation. And true, they got the liberation, but they become destroyed mentally. They'll be in the house. There is no sexual satisfaction. There is no emotional connection to their spouse. Nobody listening to them. They don't even have a partner they can talk to. The man is always busy. Either the man is jumping from one skirt to the other, or the man is making up excuses not to be available. And your daughter have to find a way to satisfy themselves. So you see a girl in marriage, because she has hyper sexual need, she have to go out and have an extra boyfriend that will satisfying her. A girl in marriage is watching porn. Again, a girl in marriage is satisfying herself with sexual toys. Mothers are not interested in this conversation. And you don't know that your daughters are going through this. Your daughters, they have a dream. There's something they want to be when they were growing up. Suddenly, everything will be buried just because they want to satisfy you. And you people will come back to the community and tell us that the reason why we have a lot of young girls that are prostituting these days is because they don't have it. You people are the cause. You people are the psychological fuel that push those young girls and boys into the evil that they do. If we want to curb this evil in our society, it has to begin from our home. Parents, individually, we have to take up responsibilities and be dutiful to children. I do not see any reason why you cannot still be assisting your child, even if they become married. Your son, even if your son becomes a billionaire today and you have 1,000 naira, give him. Even if he does not request from you, if you see shoe, buy for him. If your daughter is working, please still assist her. Help her buy menstrual pad. If you're going to her house, buy some things. You know, the worst part of it is that you have young daughter in school, in university. You hardly send money to her. This girl have to survive. In fact, the only connection between you and your daughter is school fees. You don't know how she is faring. You don't know if she's emotionally okay. You don't know what's up. And some of you say you're not even giving your daughter school fees. So they have to go out and fend for themselves. But when she graduates, you will now hold a certificate and start saying, I have a graduate. God has done it for me. Because God never began to dish thunder from heaven down to destroy certain people does not mean that God is a coward. People have to be careful. People are the reason. People are the problem of the society. Parents. Everybody is rushing into marriage and nobody is financially prepared for the billing that comes with marriage. You got married because your friends are getting married. You think you want to be married. Now you are married. You can't even build your life. You can't even finance your lifestyle. But you want a good life. And the next thing, you start rushing yourself with children. The next thing, you don't have 5 girls, 5 boys. And you want them to take over. And when it is time for them to separate emotionally from you so that they can start their own life, that is when you now start doing jazz against your children. Lazy woman. Because you want to be in control of them. Because now you are scared that now that they are married, they have to be financially responsible towards their wife. You even use jazz to control your daughters so that they can be milking their husband for you. And that is the reason why most ladies cannot stay in a husband's house. Because that son, that man, he belongs to somebody too. He is a son of another woman. When that woman gets to know that her son is being used, she will do anything to liberate him. She will do anything to save him from you people. And before you know, marriage don't crash. Your daughter is back to square zero. And you'll still be the one to call your daughter a failure. You will say she's the reason why she could not keep her own home. Judgment Day go hard too. I always say this. Judgment Day is going to be a very hard day. Look at comments. Girls are crying. Your house is not a safe haven for your children anymore. Your children even have to relocate from the house. Your daughters have to relocate from the house to go and stay with their boyfriend. You know what that means? Constant and free sexual intimacy. They cook, they wash, they clean for him. And at the end of it, they even have to involve in abortion because the boy will say, I am not ready to have a child. I'm not ready to be a father. Your daughter is going through a lot. She cannot come back home because that's the way you be comparing her to somebody in the society that got married to a rich man. That's the way you become. What the hell? And yet you're not trying to assist them with anything. May God help us.